Each one of you to the 19th CII India-Africa Business Conclave inaugural session. To begin the session, I would like to invite Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General, Confederation of Indian Industry, to give his opening remarks.
Respected Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, the Honorable Vice President of India, the Vice President of the Republic of Burundi, His Excellency Mr. Prosper Bazoumbanza, the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Gambia, His Excellency Mr. Mohamed B.S. Jallow, the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Mr. Jeremiah Kopan-Kong, the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Mauritius, His Excellency Marie-Cyril Eddy Bozezon, the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Dr. Chiwenga, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, Mr. Sanjeev Puri, the President of CII, Mr. Noel Tata, the Chairman of the CII Africa Committee of CII and Chairman of Tata International, several officials from the government officials from India and our African countries, very distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good morning and a welcome to all our dignitaries and delegates to the 19th Africa Business Conclave. We are indeed most proud and privileged today to have with us Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, the Honorable Vice President of India, to be with us today. Earlier, he had described the India and Africa as neighbors across the Indian Ocean. And that spirit was truly reflected in the inclusion of the African Union in the G20 during India's presidency. Honorable Vice President, sir, you have been a real inspiration to all of us, a person who many of us know as a gentleman of immense knowledge, wisdom, values, and dedication to public service. Honorable Vice President, sir, welcome to you once again, and thank you for being our chief guest here today. We are extremely honored to have with us the Vice Presidents from Africa. Excellencies, welcome to India. We greatly appreciate your interest in partnering with India and Indian industry on this forum, and we look forward to some very tangible and strong outcomes during this short visit. Many of our honorable ministers from Africa who are present with us today, welcome Excellencies for traveling to India for this conclave. And I also see many of our ambassadors and high commissioners and friends from the African diplomatic corps in the audience, and also many ambassadors from other countries too. And that really shows the interest that these countries have in relationship with Africa. Welcome to all of you, and we really look forward to deeper interaction during the course of the conclave. Some of us in this hall have had the privilege of being a part of this annual forum for the last many years, for the 19 years, since back in 2005 when this was inaugurated. And we are indeed so glad to see many of you coming back each and every time. As an institution, CII has a long-standing engagement with Africa, strengthening India-Africa business ties. Today, we are privileged to have partnerships with 95 counterpart organizations across 45 countries, facilitating a robust exchange of information, collaboration between our industries. Excellencies, in this conclave, there are 19 different sessions where we will take up diverse dimensions of potential collaborations and cooperations. And we are joined at this forum by 40 senior ministers from 20 African countries, more than 1,000 delegates from Africa. This is really the highest that we have ever had. And as many as 800 Indian delegates representing Indian businesses, plus also other organizations like think tanks and other important institutions. And over 850 business-to-business, B2B meetings have been lined up so that we can really get some good collaborations. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, over the next few days, we are covering a large array of subjects designed to enhance collaborations between India's development and economic partnership with Africa, which includes affordable and sustainable mobility, banking partnerships, critical minerals, trilateral partnerships, agriculture and food security, digital economy, and many others. Indeed, we look forward to your deeper engagement, your views, your thoughts as to how the business-to-business relationship can be enhanced as our leaders have engaged themselves into great discussions over the last many years. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Banerjee. And now to set the context for the conclave, I'd like to invite Mr. Noel Tata, Chairman, CII Africa Committee and Chairman Tata International Limited, to give his remarks.
Honorable Vice President of India, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankhar, Excellencies, Mr. Sanjeev Puri, President CII, Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General CII, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and my very warm welcome to the 19th CII India-Africa Business Conclave. It's a great honor that Excellencies, the Vice Presidents of Equatorial Guinea, Mauritius, Burundi, Liberia, the Gambia, and Zimbabwe join us today. The overwhelming participation of heads of state and government, senior ministers, diplomats, and business delegates from India and Africa underscores this conclave's significance as a platform for new ideas and initiatives to strengthen the India-Africa partnership. Over the years, CII has taken significant strides towards enhancing industry connections between India and Africa. The 19th Conclave for India-Africa relations is truly a milestone. The CII Africa Committee was formed in the year 2000 and is a dynamic platform that brings together industry leaders, experts, and policymakers from India to discuss issues related to trade, investment, and economic cooperation. Currently, the committee consists of 50 top industry leaders from India. It has been a special focus to foster partnerships between SMEs from both regions. Indian SMEs have been invited to explore opportunities in Africa by partnering with African SMEs. In the banking and finance sector, we've been working to bridge the gap between leading institutions in both regions to ensure seamless financial pipelines for business. Addressing currency-related issues is a top priority. Our goal is to build mutual trust between our financial institutions and expand private sector participation, thereby facilitating the implementation of innovative financial solutions. To address these challenges, we are exploring the concept of rupee trade. Considering the growing relevance of Africa CII is looking at expanding its presence in the region, and I'm glad to mention that we are opening a regional office in Kenya and have further plans to have a presence in other geographies across the continent. Our goal is to maintain and enhance our partnerships with multilateral frameworks such as the African Continental Free Trade Area. We aim to solidify India's position as a Vishwa Bandhu, a friend of the world, committed to balancing the world's power structure. I look forward to the guidance of the dignitaries to strengthen our economic engagement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tata. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Sanjeev Puri, President CII and Chairman and Managing Director, ITC Limited, to give his special remarks.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep, Dhankhar ji, Honorable Vice Presidents of African nations, Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. May I also add my own welcome to all the dignitaries. It's indeed a privilege and an honor to have such a vibrant participation, and I thank all of you for being here with us today. The 19th CII India-Africa Business Conclave signifies more than just economic ties. It embodies a shared commitment for growth, innovation, and mutual prosperity. From integrating the African Union into G20 to champion initiatives like the Global Biofuel Alliance and the Global Initiative on Digital Health, India has been at the forefront of fostering sustainable development. Our joint efforts reflect India's commitment to addressing global challenges alongside our African partners. There is much that our two sides gain from each other through a spirit of partnership that aligns with Honorable Prime Minister's 10 principles for the relationship. The Indian industry is committed to aligning with the Indian government's mantra of appropriate, affordable, and adaptable solutions in line with Africa's needs. Africa's rich resources hold immense promise for supporting the development and promotion of sustainable solutions across the world, and India is keen to partner in this endeavor. The African Continental Free Trade Area opens up many new possibilities for Indian industry in developing regional production networks and participating in African industrial zones. In this context, I have a few suggestions for your consideration. First, as observed by the Honorable Prime Minister's 10 guiding principles, Africa has 60% of the world's arable land but produces just 10% of the output. Therefore, joint ventures in agro-processing and seed technology transfer, as also agri-transformation through digital, offer promising avenues for collaboration, adding to agriculture productivity and enabling food security. Second, India can play a critical role in supporting Africa's healthcare vector and improving human development. Telemedicine projects like India's Pan-Africa e-network have assisted healthcare professionals across the continent. Healthcare infrastructure, capacity building, and drug development are some areas where Indian industry would like to expand its role in Africa. Third, another area of immense importance is infrastructure projects. Indian infrastructure firms are already present across the continent and have plans to further invest in construction with a facilitative public-private partnership system. This can also be viewed as an opportunity to create climate-resilient infrastructure so as to serve local needs in the context of increasing extreme climate events. Fourth, India and Africa can collaborate to spread quality education and digital learning opportunities across the region. This will be critical in the context of Africa's population of nearly 1.4 billion and the opportunity to leverage its demographic dividend over time. CII would like to partner in this initiative through its centers of excellence for capacity building, livelihoods, and skill development. Before I conclude, I would once again like to extend a very warm welcome to all the dignitaries and delegates, and especially to our friends from Africa. I wish you a pleasant stay in India and a very highly productive engagement at the Conclave. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Puri. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure to invite His Excellency, Mr. Prosper Bazumbanza, Vice President, Republic of Burundi, to address us, please.
Excellences, Monsieur le Vice-président de la République de l'Inde, le pays hôte qui nous a reçus, Excellences, collègues, Messieurs les Vice-présidents des républiques ici présentes, Excellences, Messieurs et Mesdames, tous les participants et tout protocole observé, et à l'entame de mes propos, permettez-moi d'exprimer ma profonde gratitude au gouvernement indien pour l'accueil chaleureux qui nous a été réservé avec toute ma délégation depuis notre arrivée dans cette magnifique ville de New Delhi. Je rends également un hommage mérité au conclave qui vient à point nommé. Je me réjouis de prendre part à cet événement en vous présentant d'abord les meilleures salutations de son Excellence, le général-major Evariste Ndayishimiye, qui marche de part de son Excellence, le général-major Evariste Ndayishimiye, président de la République du Burundi, qui m'a chargé de vous transmettre son message. Cet événement offre une opportunité de renforcer les liens entre la République de l'Inde et l'Afrique à travers des initiatives conjointes pour le développement économique de nos pays respectifs. En effet, nos deux continents, asiatiques et africains, partagent une histoire commune de lutte pour l'indépendance et le progrès de nos peuples. Aujourd'hui, nous avons l'opportunité de transformer cette histoire en un partenariat économique gagnant-gagnant visant à améliorer les conditions de vie de nos peuples. Nous sommes convaincus que l'expertise de l'Inde dans les secteurs tels que l'industrie pharmaceutique, la science et la technologie, les technologies de l'information et de la communication, les énergies renouvelables, etc., peut contribuer de façon significative à améliorer la participation des pays africains dans des chaînes de valeur mondiales au-delà de la simple exportation des matières premières. Cela pourrait avoir des implications importantes pour la diversification économique et la création d'emplois sur le continent africain. En effet, à l'ère actuelle de la mondialisation, il est de notre intérêt de multiplier les stratégies pouvant faciliter les échanges commerciaux avec le reste du monde. Dans ce cadre, le Burundi est entièrement engagé dans la mise en œuvre des accords commerciaux régionaux et bilatéraux déjà ratifiés. Au Burundi, le commerce extérieur représente environ 28% du produit intérieur brut de mon pays. À titre d'exemple, le café et l'or représentent les principaux produits d'exportation avec respectivement 25,9% et 25% des exportations totales, suivi par le blé, par le thé à hauteur de 10,9%, les cigares étant également l'un des principaux produits d'exportation à hauteur de 4,9%, etc. Quant à nos importations, elles sont principalement constituées par le pétrole raffiné, constitué de 23,5% des importations totales, les engrais chimiques à hauteur de 6,3%, les médicaments 3,5%, qui soient les médicaments pour les êtres humains ou pour les animaux, les voitures à raison de 3,1%, et le ciment pour 2,7%, et la République de l'Inde fait partie des principaux fournisseurs du Burundi. Cependant, les produits que le Burundi exporte vers l'Inde sont encore peu nombreux. C'est pour cela que je me réjouis de prendre part à ce rendez-vous pour porter la voix de mon pays, le Burundi, une voix désireuse de fructifier davantage les excellentes relations bilatérales et de coopération entre l'Inde et le Burundi à travers l'intensification de nos échanges commerciaux et de nouveaux investissements. Cette voix résonne encore mieux en ce moment où le Burundi est à l'aube de son essor économique, escompté dans la réalisation de sa nouvelle vision du Burundi pays émergent en 2040 et pays développé en 2060. La réalisation de cette institutionnel de notre pays et le soutien des amis et partenaires du Burundi, lesquels sont chaleureusement invités à investir au Burundi et accompagner mon pays à travers des partenariats gagnant-gagnant. Le gouvernement a déjà entrepris plusieurs initiatives pour assainir l'environnement des affaires et bien mener le processus de son industrialisation. Ici, je peux citer entre autres le développement des infrastructures d'appui à la production industrielle, comme l'énergie, le transport, les technologies de l'information et de la communication, les TIC, afin de faciliter l'implantation d'industries modernes. L'augmentation des investissements dans l'agriculture en développant les filières et les chaînes de valeur à haute valeur ajoutée. Le renforcement des compétences nécessaires à l'industrialisation, la promotion de l'entrepreneuriat et le soutien au développement des petites et moyennes entreprises industrielles, le renforcement des institutions de contrôle de la qualité afin de promouvoir la compétitivité de nos produits industriels et enfin la création des zones économiques spéciales pour attirer les investissements directs étrangers et booster les exportations, etc. Le Burundi regorge de richesses naturelles, d'un capital humain dynamique et d'un environnement propice pour les investissements. Nos secteurs porteurs de croissance susceptibles de booster les exportations et contribuer à équilibrer la balance commerciale sont à moderniser et industrialiser. Je cite entre autres les secteurs de l'agriculture, les mines, les énergies renouvelables, le tourisme, etc. Nous investons les investissements dans la transformation moderne des produits agroalimentaires, que ce soit les industries minières modernes, la production des emballages en verre et autres produits connexes, les investissements dans le secteur du textile, de l'habillement, le recyclage des déchets, la production des matériaux de construction comme le ciment, les carreaux, les pierres d'ornement, les céramiques, etc. Il importe aussi de signaler que le Burundi offre un accès privilégié aux vastes marchés régionaux grâce à son appartenance dans différentes communautés régionales. En effet, le Burundi fait partie à part entière de la communauté de l'Afrique de l'Est, le marché commun de la communauté des États de l'Afrique orientale et australe, le COMESA, la communauté économique des pays de l'Afrique centrale, la CEAC, la zone de libre-échange continentale africaine, ZLECAf. Nous sommes donc confiants qu'ensemble, l'Inde et l'Afrique ont la capacité de relever les défis du développement durable, de la création d'emplois et de la lutte contre la pauvreté. Avant de conclure mon propos, j'aimerais réitérer l'engagement du Burundi à promouvoir la coopération en empruntant la voie du partenariat public-privé où toutes les parties prenantes à ce processus font une démarche de gagnant-gagnant et personne de perdant. Et c'est sur ces mots que je vous remercie. Le Seigneur vous bénisse.
Thank you, Excellency. I now have the privilege to invite His Excellency, Mr. Mohammed B.S. Jallow, Vice President, Republic of Gambia, to give his special address.
Your Excellency, Sri Jagdeep Dhankhar, Vice President of the Republic of India, Your Excellency, Cyril Eddy Bourgeon, Vice President of Mauritius, Your Excellency, Prosper Bazom Banza, Vice President of the Republic of Burundi, Your Excellency, Jeremiah Kapankung, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Your Excellency, Retired General Dr. C.J.N. Kiwenga, Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, distinguished guests, esteemed business leaders, government representatives, and friends from across India and Africa. It is a pleasure to share today's event with you. First of all, allow me, on behalf of His Excellency President Adama Barrow, to extend our heartfelt condolences to the entire government of India on the demise of its Coast Guard Chief, General Rakesh Pillai. May his soul rest in perfect peace. I also wish to congratulate His Excellency Prime Minister Modi for successfully winning another tenure in office. It is a great honor to address you at the 19th CII India-Africa Business Conclave. This platform has become a cornerstone of fostering deeper and more meaningful ties between two regions that share not only historical bonds, but also a future filled with immense possibilities. As we gather to discuss the pivotal themes of innovation, sustainability, and economic growth, I am reminded of the unique role that dialogue plays in shaping our future. Our world faces formidable challenges, from climate change and technological disruption to the imperatives of inclusive development. It is through collaboration, knowledge sharing, and strategic partnership that we can harness our collective strengths to address these challenges. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Gambia is committed to promoting an enabling environment for investment, entrepreneurship, and sustainable development. We believe that by working together with our partners in India and around the globe, we can pave the way for more economic opportunities that benefit not only our nations, but the wider international community. As a result, we envision to deepen and strengthen the already existing ties by further exploiting several key initiatives and collaborations between the Gambia and India through this conclave. Therefore, I urge all of us to take this opportunity to explore new ideas, share best practices, and strengthen the ties that bind us. Together, we can develop innovative solutions that drive growth and create a lasting impact. This will be through economic partnerships, promoting trade opportunities by establishing more trade agreements that facilitate bilateral investments. This could involve joint ventures in sectors like agriculture, tourism, healthcare, and technology. distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, innovation is not just a luxury, but a necessity for any nation aspiring to be competitive on the global stage. For both India and Africa, innovation represents a pathway to address pressing challenges and unlock new growth opportunities. India's IT and startup ecosystems have revolutionized industries from healthcare to finance, creating solutions that are not only efficient but also scalable. The African continent, too, is witnessing a surge in innovation, with young entrepreneurs leading the change in areas like fintech, agri-tech, and renewable energy. Therefore, partnerships between India and Africa in innovation must be deepened. India can share its expertise in technology, research, and development to help African nations leapfrog national development stages. Further, training and capacity building are essential components of the India-Gambia partnership. Whether it is through the training of foreign service officers, professionals, and entrepreneurs, India is committed to sharing its expertise and knowledge with the Gambia. These efforts are aimed at empowering individuals and institutions in the Gambia to drive their own development and contribute to the country's progress. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, cooperation on healthcare is key to the Gambia, and will explore partnership in healthcare management, telemedicine, and pharmaceuticals to improve health services in the Gambia. This might include training medical professionals and sharing best practices. Furthermore, technological transfer in innovation, information technology, and renewable energy is paramount, as this will enable the Gambia to adopt sustainable practices and enhance its technological infrastructure. Also, the partnership between India and the Gambia in the technology sector is focused on bridging the digital divide and ensuring that both countries can harness the power of the digital economy. This will ensure that the Gambia is well positioned to participate in the global digital economy, creating jobs and opportunities for its young populations. Promoting excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Promoting cultural exchanges to strengthen people-to-people ties will be greatly sought after through art exhibitions, music festivals, and culinary exchanges that celebrate both countries. Moreover, in our drive for food self-sufficiency, we endeavor to institute initiatives aimed at improving agricultural productivity through advanced farming techniques and practices. Therefore, we bank on the expertise and experience of India in the revitalization of this objective. Additionally, we are open to launching collaborative projects in youth empowerment that focus on empowering young entrepreneurs and innovators, helping them gain access to resources and mentorship. However, with all the situations currently in existence in the world at large vis-à-vis the environment and innovation, environmental sustainability is crucial, and collaborating on projects addressing climate change and promoting sustainable development such as afforestation and clean energy initiatives will not only help the Gambia but assist in its sustainable advancement. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that during the last 12 months, the Gambia Investment and Export Promotion Agency, GAIPA, approved 13 new investment projects of Indian origin, signaling a growing trend of Indian engagement in the Gambian economy. These projects present a total investment opportunity of approximately $15.5 million, creating over 700 direct jobs, typically found in the sectors such as agriculture, light manufacturing industries, breweries, hospitality industry, building materials, steel metal processing, cement, etc. The import substitution trend indicates a promising upward trajectory for Indian investment in the Gambia. Currently, Indian investment lead in industries and are also quickly catching up in other sectors such as agriculture and tourism. In conclusion, I would once again wish on my behalf and that of my distinguished entourage, register our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to the Indian government and His Excellency Safa Jawara, High Commissioner of the Republic of the Gambia to India, and his able staff of the High Commission for toiling night and day to ensure that this event becomes a success. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Excellency. May I now invite His Excellency, Mr. Jeremiah Pankung, Honorable Vice President, Republic of Liberia, to address us, please.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of India, my colleague, Vice President from Africa, officials and government, officials and members of government of the Indian government, political and business leaders from across Africa, the private sector investors, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be here for the 19th India-Africa Business Conclave, which provides a platform for the exchange of business ideas and proposals between investors from Africa and India. Since the African Continental Free Trade Area came into force in 2021, African countries have worked very hard to improve inter-Africa trade. African countries have worked very hard to improve inter-Africa trade. As the second largest continent with a combined population of 1.4 billion people, Africa offers one of the largest available markets to boost international trade and investment. Before this business conclave between Africa and India is a remarkable journey to strengthen trade relations between two regions. On behalf of Her Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, the government and people of Liberia, I commend the Indian government and people for hosting the 18th edition of Africa-India Business Conclave, which has improved bilateral trade between the two regions to about 100 billion. I've come to make Liberia's case at this business conclave and pay homage to the Republic of India. This nation has a rich history and has rapidly evolved as the world's largest and most diverse democracy, and one of the largest economies in the world. India continues to establish itself among the Committee of Nations, playing meaningful roles in the world politics, economy, and security. Today, I am proud of the long-standing diplomatic relationship which continues to exist between India and Liberia over 6 decades. Our two nations have been deeply engaged in international trade and commerce in the last decades. We began a new trade agreement in 2012 when Liberia agreed to India's duty-free tariff preference scheme for least developed countries. Under the scheme, India provided preferential market access for Liberia exports, covering 94% of total tariff lines. To date, our two nations' bilateral trade value is over $325 million. There are many Indian nationals residing in Liberia. The Indian community is mainly engaged in trading, services, and manufacturing ventures. ArcelorMittal, has been exporting iron ore from Nimba mine since 2011. A key component of President Bouakar's vision is to create a conducive environment to encourage trade and investment in Liberia. Our government arrest agenda is critical for transforming the lives of our people. I salute the Indian government for its accomplishment as the world's largest exporter of rice, with an export of about 16.5 million metric tons in 2024. This positions India as a major producer and exporter of rice in the world, and a country which has done exceedingly well in the area of agriculture, health, and manufacturing. Although India is Liberia's main exporter of rice, with an annual cost of about $140 million, I have come to seek knowledge on the skills, expertise, technology India has deployed over the years to have a vibrant agriculture sector. I believe the successes of India in the agriculture sector is worth emulating, and we are prepared to listen and learn the Indian experience. Our goal in Liberia is to shift from rice importation to rice production in the medium and long term, and invest in local farmers by providing capital, skill, technology, and equipment for local production. On July 10th, 2024, President Bouakar officially launched the National Agricultural Development Plan, a visionary 6-year blueprint designed to transform Liberia's agricultural sector and achieve self-sufficiency in food production. Our strategy is to leverage on Liberia's abundant agricultural resource and transition our country from dependence on food imports to a state of abundance and self-reliance. Our presence at this business conclave is an affirmation of our government commitment to seek potential investors, specifically in agricultural sector, and to also encourage investment in other sectors which are mutually rewarding. As a government, we have the responsibility to engage our international partners and friends on the opportunities Liberia offers for investments and trade. To achieve social economic development, we must create jobs for our citizens. I remain hopeful that this business conclave and the planned meetings will solidify new partnership and offer renewed hope for our people. I once again reaffirm our government commitment to this bilateral friendship and to congratulate the government and people of the Great Republic of India for such a unique continental gathering. I am convinced that this friendship will continue to grow on the strength of our collective understanding that we live in a global community and we ultimately need each other. Before I conclude, I want to introduce to you Liberia and talk to you about Liberia, those of you who don't know about Liberia. Liberia is a country in West Africa, bordering Sierra Leone, Guinea, and La Côte d'Ivoire. Liberia has 7 months of rainfall. Our land are very fertile. Liberia has a coastal line that runs from Sierra Leone to Côte d'Ivoire of 680 kilometer sandy beach. We encourage those of you who want to invest in the tourism sector, please come to Liberia. There are opportunities. We want to encourage those of you involved in roads network to come to Liberia so that we partner, whether it's public-private or private-private. Liberia is open to working with you. Liberia has a sunshine of about 6.5 hours average a day. That enables us a very good area for investment in solar energy and renewable energy. Liberia has a lot of water bodies, which is also good for hydro, which is also a clean energy in our world today. Tourism, Liberia has a lot of waterfall, mountains, beaches, a lot of rich area in tourism. We want to encourage you. Those of you involved in tourism, please come to Liberia. Liberia is open to investment, and we are willing to work with you. I want to thank the Indian government, the people of India. I'd like to say thank you, and God bless India. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. I now invite His Excellency Mr. Marie Cyril Eddy Boisson, Vice President, Republic of Mauritius, to address us, please.
Excellency, Honorable Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, Honorable Vice President of the Republic of India, Monsieur Prosper Banzo Banza, Vice-Président de la République du Burundi, His Excellency Mr. Mohamed B.S. Jallow, Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Mr. Jeremiah Pan Kong, Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Retired General Dr. Chiwanga, Vice President, Republic of Zimbabwe, Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, General Manager, Confederation of Indian Industry, Mr. Noel Tata, Chairman of Tata International Limited, Mr. Sanjeev Puri, President, CII, and Chairman and Managing Director of ITC Limited. Honorable Ministers present here, Head of Delegations, members of Diplomatic Corps, officials from India and Africa, member of the press, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed with immense pleasure that I am attending this important Indian-Africa Business Conclave, and I thank the Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, for kindly associating Mauritius with this 19th edition of the Conclave. Thank you for the warm welcome. At start, I convey the greetings and the good wishes of the President of Mauritius, His Excellency Prithviraj Singh Kopan, and of the Prime Minister of Mauritius, Honorable Pravin Kumar Jagannath, to Her Excellency Srimati Draupadi Murmu, President of the Republic of India, and to Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India. The previous editions of the Conclave have focused on creating space to work together as equals, enabling the African side to exert agency and leadership while India facilitates. This 19th edition of the Conclave, with the theme Creating One Future, will aim to serve further as an instrument for Africa's growth and the role of India-Africa partnership in regional and global value chains integration. The various topics will serve to catalyze partnership among government, institutions, and enterprise of our respective country. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Mauritius and India share a rich history of diplomatic ties, cultural exchanges, and a commitment to fostering economic growth. In fact, diplomatic relations between the two countries were established in 1948, soon after India's independence, with the appointment of a commissioner. The representation was upgraded to High Commission following Mauritius' independence in March 1968. The time-tested and multifaceted relationship between our two countries is based on strong democratic values, mutual respect, and shared vision that transcends geographical boundaries, encompassing economic, bilateral, and cultural ties. The wide-ranging cooperation, technical and financial assistance provided to Mauritius over the years have resulted in the development of many projects which have changed the infrastructural structure of the country. Both countries have numerous investment opportunities to offer. Together, we can forge partnerships that transcends borders and propel our economics to new heights. Economically, the two nations have forged robust partnership, and India being a significant investor in Mauritius and vice versa. The bilateral economic cooperation is exemplified by collaborative ventures in sectors such as finance, information technology, mass transport, and renewable energy. Last year, India held the presidency of the G20. It was a great privilege for Mauritius to be invited by India as a guest country to the G20. It was a momentous occasion for the Prime Minister of Mauritius to attend the G20 summit held in this very vibrant city, the New Delhi, in September 2023. We had the privilege of welcoming the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, as the chief guest on the occasion of the celebration of the 56th independence of our country on 12 March 2024. This day of historic importance equally symbolizes the Salt March that was started by Mahatma Gandhi. Last month, Dr. Subramanian Jaishankar, the Minister of External Affairs of the Republic of India, visited Mauritius on a two-day official visit. And this was his first foreign official visit in his current term and his second visit to Mauritius as Minister of External Affairs. Dr. Jaishankar's visit in July this year aimed to strengthen the already excellent relations between Mauritius and India. Discussions were focused on a broad range of areas of mutual benefit, including trade, investments, economic cooperation, infrastructure development, capacity building, space technology, public health, cultural exchanges, and people-to-people connection. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the above are truly vivid illustration of the truly special bond of kingship, brotherhood, and partnership that exists between our two nations. Throughout all these years of collaboration, partnership, and cooperation, both our countries have cemented agreements and frameworks to ensure greater investment, more trade flows, and richer cultural exchanges. The Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Partnership Agreement signed between India and Mauritius on the 1st of April 2021, following negotiation back to 2005, has opened a new era of economic collaboration for bolstering trade and investment flow bilaterally through enhanced and privileged market access. The value of Mauritian export to India rose from $45 million in 2021 to $55 million in 2023, representing an increase of 22%. The agreement, a milestone in the long-standing relationship between the two countries, has paved the way in bridging the economic distance with Africa, where India companies engaged in both industry and services can avail of opportunities on the African continent through value creation in Mauritius. This, in effect, presents a tremendous business opportunity for Indian corporates. Since February 2024, Mauritius has become the first African country to adopt India's Unified Payment Interface UPI system and the first non-Asian country to issue RuPay cards, enabling both Mauritian and Indian tourists and visitors to utilize QR codes, scan mobile-based payment, as well as debit and credit card transactions. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the South African leader and icon Nelson Mandela qualified the India-Africa relation, I quote, a golden thread which has been woven during the long, arduous, and bitter years of struggle against common enemies, racism, imperialism, and colonialism, unquote. India has always championed the right of Africa. It was a strong proponent of anti-apartheid and supporting the fight for freedom and independence and its inclusion in many international organizations, securing a permanent membership of the African Union, AU, to the G20 summit in 2023. It was the hallmark of India's presidency, since this platform has traditionally been dominated by the most powerful countries of the world. Indo-African ties cover culture, education, trade, technical cooperation, agriculture, maritime security, peacekeeping, and professional. There is presently a strong need to focus attention on contemporary needs, chiefly food security and debt sustainability. I believe that Africans' food security and agricultural transformation should be one of the top priorities of India-Africa engagement in the coming year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mauritius is strategically positioned to connect India and Africa in terms of its geographical position and its profound historical culture and political attachment to both India and Africa. As such, it will be a key player and will assume an even more important role in linking India and Africa, accelerating trade and investment, and fostering entrepreneurial ecosystem for greater opportunities of mutual interest. As a regional economic partner, Mauritius is a member of the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, the Southern African Development Community, SADC, the Indian Ocean Commission, and the Indian Ocean Rim Association. We have ratified the African Continental Free Trade Area that come into force on the 1st of January 2021 and unite the whole of Africa as a common market and trading platform. The government is implementing pro-African policies to improve the investment climate, reinforcing economic diplomacy, and enlarging market access to consolidate the position of Mauritius as the strategic partner of African states. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that this conclave will contribute to identifying and realizing profitable venues and bring India and Africa closer. I shall conclude with a quote from Prime Minister Modi, addressed at Parliament of Uganda during the state visit there in July 2018. I quote, "If this is to be a century of nations rising together in freedom and equality, if this is to be an age when the light opportunity dawns on all humans, if this is the time when our planet has a more hopeful future, then all of this magnificent continent of Africa must walk in step with the rest of the world. India will work with you and for you," unquote. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. I now have the pleasure to invite His Excellency General Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga, Vice President, Republic of Zimbabwe, to address us.
Vice President of India, Honorable Jagdeep Dhankhar, other Honorable Vice President here present, Chairman of CII Africa Committee and Chairman Tata International, Mr. Noel Tata, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners here present, Captains of Industry and Commerce, all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. It is my pleasure to participate in this prestigious forum, the 19th Confederation of Indian Industry Business Conclave. Today we stand at a critical moment in our journey of creating one future. A moment that calls for collaboration, solidarity, unity, and a shared vision for the mutual development of our economies, societies, and partnerships. Let me take this opportunity to express my deep gratefulness and humbleness to the government of the Republic of India for the warm hospitality that has been accorded and extended to us since our arrival in this beautiful and culturally rich city of New Delhi. Allow me to extend my profound appreciation to the organizers of this business conclave, who worked tirelessly to put together such a remarkable gathering, a gathering of people driven by the desire to achieve a common destiny through scaling up Africa-India growth partnership. I am delighted to note that the India-Africa Business Conclave will tackle issues of cooperation and development. Sorry, let me take that one again. We'll tackle issues of cooperation and modalities for financing growth, infrastructure development, agricultural and industrial innovation, harnessing of critical minerals, security, advancement of information communication technology, medical and economic integration. These are critical areas which call for our collective attention to strengthen India-Africa cooperation to achieve a shared sustainable economic development for the betterment of our people. Your Excellencies, Africa and India, though distinct in many ways, share common goals and values that serve as a solid foundation for collaboration. Both regions are characterized by vibrant young populations, expanding economies, and an inherent resilience that has guided them through historical and contemporary challenges. As we look towards creating one future, it is clear that by enhancing the synergy between our respective nations and regions, we can achieve unprecedented socio-economic growth. This event, therefore, is a perfect opportunity for Africa and India to forge strong business partnerships guided by the African Union framework of continent-to-continent country strategic partnership and dynamism presented by India and individual African states. Distinguished guests, the African Continental Free Trade Area has brought together Africa's previously fragmented economies into one single market of 1.4 billion people, with a combined GDP of US dollars 2.4 trillion. Africa-emerged markets present a wealth of opportunities for Indian businesses. By investing in and partnering with African enterprises, Indian companies can expand their global footprint. This can be achieved through a combination of India's technological prowess and Africa's rich natural resources, thereby creating unique opportunities for mutual beneficial collaborations. Ladies and gentlemen, coming closer home, Zimbabwe is a peaceful and beautiful country with a population of 16.4 million people. It views this partnership with India as a great investment opportunity due to its strategic location in the Southern African Development Community region. My country is also part to several preferential trading arrangements through Southern Africa Development Community, SADC, and Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA. The African Tripartite Free Trade Area and the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement all present several opportunities to foreign investors and businesses in the diverse sector value chains. Zimbabwe is endowed with abundant mineral endowments that include iron, lithium, gold, platinum, chrome, coal, just to mention some, and it is a highly skilled and educated populace with considerable manufacturing experience. The country is focused and on course to achieve its aspirations of a rich upper middle income society by 2030. Let me assure you, therefore, that Zimbabwe is open for business and present opportunities in mining, manufacturing, agriculture, tourism, information communication technology, and infrastructure development, among others. We are interested more in investment that add value to our agricultural products and minerals. Investment that expands economic growth and employment opportunities, as well as facilitate technology transfer. Zimbabwe is not only an investor-friendly country, but a competitive investment destination in Africa, and also a country with many natural wonders for your enjoyment. I therefore invite you to Zimbabwe, a world of wonders, and to sample the whole of Africa for investment opportunities. I thank you, Dhankhar.
Thank you, Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure and privilege to invite Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar, Honorable Vice President, Republic of India, to give the inaugural address. Sir.
Very good morning and warm greetings to one and all. His Excellency Prosper Bozom Banja, Honorable Vice President of Burundi. His Excellency Mohammad B.S. Jali, Honorable Vice President of Gambia. His Excellency Jeremiah Panku, Honorable Vice President of Liberia. His Excellency Marie Cyril Eddy Bonsenjo, Honorable Vice President of Mauritius. His Excellency Seva Nivrat C.G.D.S. Chiwenga, Honorable Vice President of Zimbabwe. Mr. Sanjeev Puri, President, CII and CMD ITC Limited. Mr. Noel Tata, Chairman, CII and Chairman Tata International Limited. distinguished audience, it is indeed a privilege to address this inaugural session of this uniquely representative August gathering from Africa and Bharat, both being 1.4 billion each. I welcome all distinguished dignitaries to Bharat. I extend my warmest greetings to you all and convey the best wishes of the people of India to yours. The theme of this India-Africa Business Conclave, Creating One Future, is deeply embedded in our civilizational ethos and amplified in the motto of India's G20 presidency, which stood for One Earth, One Family, One Future. Excellencies, Conclave is an opportunity for us to come together to deliberate on contemporaneously relevant themes and synergize our efforts towards creating a common future for the well-being of all. Creating one future is quintessential to humanity's sustainability, and this challenge can no longer be delayed. With public participation being its hallmark, a path I am confident the deliberations will chart. It is critical for all countries to collectively focus their efforts on combating the greatest threat to humanity, climate change, a ticking bomb, through concerted efforts and mass involvement and optimum utilization of resources, as we no longer can wait, because, friends, we have no other planet to inhabit. Another focus of the 19th CII India-Africa Business Conclave on India-Africa Growth Partnership would surely afford opportunities either side to fully exploit the growth and participatory avenues in varied areas, including building strong financial partnerships, infrastructure transformation, and space sector cooperation, or fostering value chains in agriculture, mining, and food processing sectors, just to refer some. Excellencies, unprecedented growth over the past decade, Bharat, with massive digitization and technological advancements, offers numerous avenues for cooperation and presents opportunities for mutual benefit and shared success. The deep-rooted ties between India and Africa, forged by shared histories, common struggles, and mutual aspirations for a just and progressive future, equitable world order, make this partnership a natural and stronger forever. India has invested over $12.37 billion in 206 infrastructure projects across 43 African countries, impacting lives. India also provides capacity building, training, and educational opportunities, reflecting its commitment to the African Union's priorities, like African Union's focus for this year's Educate an African Fit for the 21st Century. Excellencies, India is Africa's fourth largest trading partner with $85 billion in bilateral trade and $75 billion in investments. The FCTA and India's DFTP scheme offer enormous opportunities for deeper economic integration and mutual development. India, friends, the largest democracy on the planet, most vibrant, and home to 1/6 humanity, has nurtured its bonds with Africa in people-to-people relations, with extension of e-visa facilities to 33 African countries. Diplomatic footprint enhancing in Africa with the opening of 16 new diplomatic missions, taking the total number of Indian missions in the continent to 46, is a pointer of our growth trajectory. Excellencies, during COVID-19, India aided Africa with medical supplies and vaccines. India and Africa have strong defense ties with Indian military training and third largest UN peacekeeping contributions. India also actively participates in maritime security and has taken initiatives in African region in this direction. Excellencies, India and Africa forge crucial global partnerships to address complex challenges. India's rise and inclusive multilateralism drive progress for the global South. Excellencies, the inclusion of the African Union as a permanent member of G20 alongside European Union, which was already there during our presidency in 2023, is a matter of great pride and a very significant geopolitical development. To further provide a voice to Africa in the UN, we also completely stand behind African Union's Izulwini Consensus and the CII Declaration. Excellencies, we greatly value participation of African countries in the International Solar Alliance, which is headquartered in India, the Global Biofuel Alliance, and the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Excellencies, India is grateful and thankful to Africa for helping to recreate our biodiversity by providing us with cheetahs and invite African countries to join the International Big Cat Alliance. This development enthused the nation and brought emotive connect between Bharat and Africa. Friends, India has leveraged digital technology to revolutionize public services. This has earned global accolades. It has been of the highest order technological world has so far seen. Collaborating this expertise with Africa on initiatives like India's Tech. India's space program offers Africa tech-based solutions to advance towards achieving sustainable development. This is an area that offers enormous avenues, and India in this direction is now one of global leaders. Excellencies, India is naturally aligned with Africa's imperative to reduce its dependence on raw material exports and better integrate its production and trade activities into the global economy. Initiatives in this direction, I'm sure, will surely emerge in innovative fashion out of the deliberations the august President's dignitaries will have here. Friends, Africa's natural resources, and I had the good occasion to listen to each of the Honorable Vice Presidents. Demographic advantage and growing economic integration through the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement make it an attractive destination for investment and partnership. Nothing could be more wholesome and soothing and seamless than generating qualitatively this partnership during the deliberations to take it to the next level. Excellencies, a resurgent Africa and a rising India. Imagine the scenario. Resurgent Africa and rising India can give a strong impetus to South-South cooperation, especially in areas like clean technology, climate-resilient agriculture, maritime security, connectivity, and the blue economy. India looks forward to organizing the India-Africa Forum Summit 4 to provide a more contemporary agenda for cooperation between the two sides. Excellencies, we accord highest assurance that Africa will be at the top of our priorities. We look forward to a mutually beneficial and mutually respectful relationship in the true spirit of being a Vishwa Bandhu. Distinguished audience, when I lent my ears to the rich discourse by the Honorable Vice Presidents, each of them surcharged me, energized me. They reflected on the potential that is available between the two countries. India, an economy on the upsurge, an economy on the rise. The rise has been exponential and historic in last decade, recognized globally, has much to offer to the world, and in particular Africa. And I'm sure the deliberations here will surely have much to take away and get realized on the ground soon. India and Africa's growth partnership can serve as a catalyst, and I'm confident, optimistic it will serve as a catalyst for accelerated global rebalancing and strengthening of global South, which augurs well for global peace and harmony. While the deliberations will be extremely fruitful, productive, and take us to the next level of development in our journey, let us continue to strengthen the bonds of friendship in varied fashion, enhance our cooperation at all levels, work together in every field for welfare of humanity, and primarily focus being on realization of full potential of the human resource, rich mineral wealth, rich natural resources either side, and convert this partnership, which is already vibrant, into revolutionary, transformative one, so that this part of the globe contributes to global stability, global harmony. I conclude with an observation. Rise of India, growth of India, home to 1/6 of humanity, vibrant democracy, constitutionally structured at all levels, augurs for global stability and peace. India's participation, India's footfall, India's hand-holding, India seeking to work in togetherness is antithetical to expansion. Historically, this nation, Excellencies, has never believed in expansion, and therefore, our partnership, and this partnership, which is structured deeply into history, has the potential to contribute to big global change for the better of humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request everybody to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे